So I finally got the iPhone 16 Pro Max, got it here, and one of the first things that I always do is get protection for this investment. So today I'm going to take a look at 3 cases by ZAGG, and they are all very similar. And I'm going to tell you which one I kind of like for what purpose. And there is a kicker about all 3 of them, and I'll go into that in just a second. Hey, it's HighTechDad, and welcome to my channel where I review all types of technology, mainly for the home, on the go, family tech, home automation, that sort of thing. I love reviewing tech. So anyway, today, thanks to the kind folks at ZAGG, I have 3 different iPhone 16 Pro Max cases to review. And they do have other versions of each of these for different sizes and types of iPhones. But I'm specifically focused on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So first of all, we have the ZAGG Crystal Palace. That is this one. Then we have the ZAGG Santa Cruz. That is this one. And then lastly, we have the Denali, which is this one. So I'm going to go through the unboxing of each of these and walk through all of the features. They're very, very similar. And like I said, there is a kicker about all of them, and you'll know about that in just a second. Okay, so let's take a look at the first case here by ZAGG. So this is the Crystal Palace, again, iPhone 16 Pro Max. You can see very nicely displayed in the box, but who saves the box anyway, right? So some of the call outs here, it does have a 13-foot or 4-meter drop protection. Again, I haven't tested it, but I'm going to take their word for it. It is graphene fortified, which actually makes it stronger. It is MagSafe compatible, which is a key thing so that you can wirelessly charge things, etc. This particular one, the Crystal Palace, has a minimalist design. It's got a pretty good grip, and it is scratch resistant. The key thing here on these clear cases is that if you buy some of the cheap ones, they start to yellow over time. And the ZAGG Crystal Palace and other cases by ZAGG, they tend to preserve their clearness a lot longer. I had one on my previous iPhone, and it barely made any kind of change over a year of using it all the time. So let's take a look at the case itself. So you can just pop it out. Always the hardest thing here, so let me take out the protector. So here you can see this is the MagSafe magnet here. It's fairly strong. You have, kind of hard to see, but there are ridges along here which make for the side of this particular case to be quite grippy. I like that feature. It's got it here, and on this side you have actual buttons on here. They are plastic. They're not any kind of metal. You have the cutouts at the bottom for the speaker and the USB-C charging. You have another button here for the power and for activating Siri. And then, of course, on the new iPhone 16s, you have the new camera button. So this is recessed. It's fairly large, and we can show that in a second. And as I've been saying in the earlier parts of the video, there is a kicker. This particular version of this case has a kickstand. So it just folds right out, and you can set it down best for viewing horizontally like that. It can be used vertically, although it is not quite as stable as the horizontal. So yes, that is the kicker, the kickstand that folds right in, and it is flush. Okay, so I have the iPhone in the case here, and you can see there are some grippy edges around the side here. May have mentioned that already, and this is true on this and some of the other ZAGG cases. You can see that the bezel is pretty good. That's important for if you put your phone down that you don't scratch the lens or the screen in any way. There is also a raised protection area for the lens itself. It's fairly close to the lenses, but there is a little bit of a difference as well. This is the cutout for the camera. And then, as I talked about, the kickstand is right there, and it's very convenient. So this is a clear case. It's very simplistic, fairly lightweight. What is nice though is it does feel quite sturdy, and it's does seem to provide pretty good protection. So the buttons here are a little bit raised, enough so that you can feel where they are. Same thing with the power button, the Siri button, and then the camera button is fairly easy to access, and you just have to get used to how it works to activate the various modes in it. So it's easy to scroll through things, and yeah, so I like this one a lot, simply because it is very simple and it showcases the color of your phone. I have a very simple black phone, and so it is just showcasing that. I wanted to quickly show the MagSafe capabilities and how strong the magnet is. So it snaps right on there, seems to hold up pretty well. And then if you have a MagSafe charger, you can just pop it on there and it'll start charging right away once it's connected. Fairly strong magnet. So that is an important thing, in my opinion, to look for in any type of case for your iPhone. Okay, next up is the Santa Cruz. So this is very similar to the Crystal Palace in terms of the one that I selected to review. This is transparent as well. I'll take it out and show it in a second, but it does have different color highlights that you can get. I just got the black one, just keeping things simple. It also is graphene fortified, MagSafe compatible. It has the 13-foot drop protection. Again, I haven't tested it, taken their word for it. And then this particular one, they talk about there are vibrant accent colors that you can get for this particular version. So I encourage you to go and look at the ZAGG site to get some ideas. Secure grip, scratch resistant. And it also, with the transparency, it doesn't fade over time or yellow over time. It tends to stay a lot clearer. So let's take a look at this up close and personal. So this is the Santa Cruz. Of course, I'm ripping the little case in here, the little cardboard. Wouldn't you know? All right, so let's get that out. See how it, not quite sure why that's so difficult. Haha. All right, so this is the case itself. It has the sort of bezels, the grippiness on the side here. I really like that, so that you really can feel how you're holding it. And also it helps to sort of ground your fingers in terms of where the buttons are and that sort of thing. So it's sort of grippy here and here in between the camera button, and then it's got the full edge there. So it has, like I said, MagSafe. It's got the kicker as well, so the kickstand, this particular model, so you may want to look for it. They tend to run out of supply because I think this is a very popular option. And you have the cutouts for the speakers and the USB-C. Again, you have sort of plastic covers for the button. They're not metal in any way. You have the camera sort of carve out button, and then the Siri power button there. So let's put the iPhone in it and see how it looks. Okay, so we have the Santa Cruz on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. You can see the accent here is black, so it looks really kind of subtle with the black iPhone itself. This is the kickstand, so you can use it fairly easily in landscape mode. You can use it in portrait mode. It is a little less stable. You may want to hold on to it, but this is primarily designed for like streaming movies and watching sports and that type of thing. So that works really well. It's got the grippy sides here, the indentation for the camera. It's got the cutouts, like I said, for the USB-C and speakers. And there is the MagSafe in the back. Again, it is fairly sturdy. And then you can also get a MagSafe compatible charger and just plug it in and it powers on and that sort of thing. So like this one, it's just got a different look from the Crystal Palace. But let's take a look now at the Denali and see how that is different. Okay, so let's take a look at the ZAGG Denali for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So like the other cases that I just showed, it is graphene fortified, which makes it stronger. It is MagSafe compatible. This one has a drop protection of up to 5 meters or 16 feet compared to the other two, which were 13 feet. So that's pretty good. That's pretty high. Again, I'm not going to test it. But it is designed to protect your phone. It is not transparent. It is a very different type of beast here. So the details on the back, additional strength. It's protective yet not too bulky. I agree with that. And one thing that sometimes is a concern when you have a heavier iPhone case is that it'll heat up. They say here that there is good heat dispersion or dissipation in this particular case. And then it's got multiple layers of protection. So hopefully you can see this. It's got the graphene infused backplate. It's got TPU border and interior. So that's extra strength around the border. It's got the snap ring, and then it too has the kickstand, something that I really think is a great feature to have. So let's take this one out and put the iPhone in it and see how it is. So before I put in the iPhone itself, let's take a look at the case. So you can obviously see the MagSafe charger in here. There are also some ridges and sort of it's not a flush, flat type of surface inside here. It is ridged, and I believe that this is to help vent out some of the heat or dissipate some of the heat. So it is not completely flush with the iPhone inside. So I kind of like that. You don't ever see it because your iPhone's in there. And then it's got plastic buttons as well. That cover. This is the one that covers the power and the Siri activation. This is the sort of groove to activate the camera button. It's got the cutouts for USB-C and the speakers, and then on the other side has got the volume and the quick action button on the side. Nothing on the top, and it's fairly lightweight. I kind of like that about it. So it doesn't have the ridges like the other one, although there are some ridges here to make it grippy. But let's put the iPhone in and see what it looks like. Okay, so we have the iPhone inside the Denali. So it feels very rigid. So I like this particular one. If I'm going to go out and be in the outdoors and being out and about, going fishing or hiking or whatever, I think this would probably be my go-to, just because it feels a little bit more rugged. It's got good grip. It still has that kicker, the kickstand on it, so I like that. And everything else is fairly easy to access. So there's the camera, easy to access the settings on that. I almost feel like the button or the recess is a little bit bigger, which is kind of nice. So I'm getting better at working the button. It still takes some getting used to. So that is the Denali, and let me do the little MagSafe test as well. So it's pretty strong. I like that, you know, I can attach something and use one of these MagSafe holders right here, and it's got the ability to do the charging battery. Let's see if it's going to charge. Yep, shows that it's charging. So that's a nice thing, and you can also obviously attach a wallet on there as well. It's not quite as strong of a grip with the battery as the other ones, but it is there. I don't think I'd hold it. It pops off pretty easily. However, this is very strong without the battery, so you do have that option. So would love to know which one you guys like the most from all three that you've seen here. So the Denali, which is on right now, we have the Santa Cruz and the Crystal Palace. So all three of them are slightly different. The Denali is probably the most rugged and has the best drop protection, especially for the corners. And the other ones sort of showcase your iPhone a little bit more. The ones that I chose to review are transparent, so it shows the iPhone, like I just said, and then there are different colors and things that you can do. But again, the kicker is the kickstand. Definitely like having that option on these. So there you have it. 3 different iPhone 16 Pro Max cases by ZAGG. Which one did you like the best? I sort of have a preference for certain types of things. And what do you think about the kickstand? Is that something that you would like to have built into a case? Let me know in the comments. So if you like this video, I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, a follow, whatever it is. Share my video. Give me some social media love. So you can obviously leave comments and questions in the description below. If you have questions, you can ask me on social media. Just search for HighTechDad, and I typically come up there. If you have other questions, you can head over to my Facebook page, and that's at facebook.com/HTDblog. And then there's always my website, which is at HighTechDad.com. And I have all different types of product reviews and how-tos and fix-its and other types of articles there. Been doing it for over 2 decades. So hope to see you guys in the next video, and happy teching.